Hey everybody! This week, classy actor Mickey Rourke moseyed in to tell us how he tried to make his stunt double do all the work on Immortals, just like a real king would. And Sneakerheads looks at sneakers. They're like top hats for your feet, including a set of Nikes inspired by Tauntauns, the space horses that live in the cold. Plus, Blair Herter and Adam Sessler make sweet, sweet game of love to a contender for Game of the Year. We'll tell all our kids where we were when Skyrim dropped. Week.
So fun.
For starters, we got to eat ice cream.
Yeah,
during the show.
Well, the boys did all the work.
You were wearing a tiara.
And
too.
I got to wear a tiara. I have the best job ever. I got to eat a tiara while eating an ice cream sundae for work.
I know, and that was a good ice cream sundae.
So good.
I wish we could have them every day.
Me too.
But then we'd probably be really fat.
Yeah, we don't. And then I couldn't wear my slutty dresses. And my belly shirt. Yeah.
Also, Michael Kenneth Williams was here.
Yes.
And he was so cool. He taught me to dance. He used to be a dancer, and he taught me some moves.
You
want to
did
learn
the
some moves?
worm. That was
did.
amazing.
I did.
You're
Do you want to learn
trooper.
some moves?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
What?
You go in, and now out.
Okay. Out.
And now we're gonna double in, double
in,
and now out.
What
Okay,
kind
now,
of dancing is this?
Now,
Oh!
it's kind of hard to feel.
I'm doing it. Dancing. I'm dancing, everyone.
We did it.
And the bison, we saw that video where he's a freaking dick.
Dick.
He was a dick.
He was a dick.
Big
Oh,
dick.
you can't forget about the burp off.
Yes. Thank goodness I won. I would have hated
Okay,
myself.
we don't have to rub it in. I had some muffled burps. They weren't very good, but I challenge you to a burp off 2.
Round 2?
Round 2.
Bring it.
All right, I
Bring
will.
it.
But right now, let's go over to Sarah Underwood to see what's happening in the world.
Yeah. All sorts of craziness this week. Honda unveiled the new Osmo. There was a Croatian man who got off by sticking an anti-aircraft shell up his hoo-ha. A truck carrying thousands of copies of Modern Warfare got robbed, but we also heard some rumors about a new Xbox on the horizon. Yeah, hot plate of news coming right up. Now back over to you fine ladies.
Aw,
Thanks, Sarah.
Sweet.
Oh, what a little sweetheart.
She is. You are just so cute.
Like your eye patch.
Blair Herter went to the SEMA Auto Convention in Vegas.
Yeah.
And there were some rims there that were like bigger than my body.
What?
I don't know that. Well, how big were they? Like 50
Like
inches?
real big.
Like for real, this big, y'all.
Check it out. Watch the video, you'll see it.
You know the old saying, the kid with the most toys wins? Well, that winner grew up, traded in his G.I. Joes for hot rods with horsepower here at SEMA in Las Vegas. So if you're like me, chances are everybody in your neighborhood has a Lamborghini. I get it. However, if you want to do one better than your neighbors, look no further than Underground Racing and their super modded Super Leggera. The LP1004 Super Leggera takes this stock Lambo to the extreme with its modified twin-turbo engine. On regular gas, this baby pumps out over 1,000 horsepower. Add some racing gas, and you're looking at 1,300 HP. And all those horses start right here, and it's so shiny that if you look close enough, you can actually see what the owner is overcompensating for. Sitting on Nitto Invo tires and HRE wheels, the boys from Underground Racing say they hold the record for any vehicle in a 1-mile run, hitting a speed of 250 miles an hour. Can your neighbor's Lambo do that? So this Italian beast from Underground Racing is going to run you a cool $392,000, which is a good price point because $391 just sounds a little cheap. Do you remember that time that you made that super nice luxury coupe even more powerful and even more expensive? Oh yeah, that's right, it wasn't you. No, that was Harold Martin. This former stock caddy got the royal treatment from Harold Martin Technologies. It's called the V1000 because it's got 1,000 horsepower under its hood. This ultimate sleeper has a supercharged V8 engine, but you'd never guess it's anything more than stock. They didn't do a whole lot to the interior, but it's a Cadillac, so it already feels like I'm just slowly falling asleep in the arms of a chick way out of my league. Appearance upgrades include a front lip spoiler, side rocker panels, and rear deck lid. Sitting on 22-inch Asante rims, you could take out your date to a nice dinner, then drag race home. Martin Technologies is currently taking orders for this beautiful piece of machinery, and at $150,000, you should really only ask yourself one question. Do I need both kidneys? Hey, all you kids out there driving those fancy new Mustangs or fancy new Camaros, why don't you ask your dad what a muscle car looks like? He's gonna say this. Stopping people in their tracks at this year's SEMA show is this 1969 Plymouth Roadrunner called the Road Rattler. The 528 Hemi engine spits out 790 horsepower, but add to that the onboard nitrous oxide system, and you get a 500 horsepower boost at the flip of a switch. So this car is so ridiculously fast, it needs a drag racing transmission. Inside is a custom-built roll cage, racing seats, 5-point restraints, and a myriad of switches. A Link O automatic tranny for drag racing and a digital dashboard race pack give the driver real-time feedback on the car, because at 200 miles an hour, you're gonna need it. So to have everything you see here, it's actually quite easy to accomplish. You just need close to $1 million and 8 genius mad scientists. Money might not be able to buy happiness, but it sure can buy some ridiculously high performance vehicles like the ones we saw here today at SEMA 2011.
Hey everyone, I'm Brendan Lahr, production assistant for AOTS. Stick around. Adam Sessler and Blair Herter talk dragon hunting in an all Skyrim game break.
With this motorcycle fail.
Made slightly better with the addition of some iconic Super Mario Brothers music.
I think he hit like 15 of those things.
He got 15 coins.
That's what I counted. I may have counted off. I don't know. But it was around 15.
I think you're right.
Now, was somebody actually videoing him?
I know. How did they? I think it might have been like those dashboard cameras or something.
You're very smart. You're a thinker, aren't you?
Right here. Anyways, David Attenborough has done a lot to make nature documentaries popular.
Which is great for learning things, like how the Arctic documentary Frozen Planet taught us all that bison are dicks! Dicks!
Running head down, the herd's only thought is escape. A stroke of luck for the wolves.
I know.
I wasn't here the first time that aired. I'm really sad. That is so mean. Why did we have to show that?
I know. You want to know something funny? When I was watching that video for the first time.
Is it going to be funny?
It'll help your
Okay.
movie. It's a little ridiculous. It's embarrassing because I'm dumb.
You're not dumb.
I'm a little dumb. So you'll see why. I was watching this video backstage while it was playing, and they were up here. And it's on a small screen, and I was watching, and I was like, oh, that's so cute. I thought the wolves were baby bison, and I asked one of the producers on the show, I said, are they milking him? And they were all like, no, milking him, apparently. And I was sad.
Well, that does cheer me up a little.
It's a true story.
Thanks, Sarah. Although I don't like that video at all. It's mean and bison are dicks. Dicks. Teaching a dog to play dead is a pretty good trick.
But this is better.
Shake. Up. In a circle. Good boy. Set. Show your wiener. Good boy.
On earth, you teach a dog to show their
That's what I was
wiener?
imagining, like him training it. And I think this is how I imagine it happened. He was trying to teach him to roll over, but as he got halfway there, he's like, stop! Good dog. Good dog. You did it. You did
You
it.
just changes that to show your wiener?
Yeah.
I wonder if dogs get self-conscious about wiener size. Like, do you think some dogs have bigger weens than other dogs?
Yeah.
And do you think they're like, oh man, that's a big one?
That sucks too, because they don't wear pants.
I know.
And if they have small weens, that there's no way of hiding it.
There's no way of hiding it. None.
It would suck to be a dog.
With a little ween.
Yeah. Huh.
Yes, yes. Welcome to the least attractive combination of X-Play hosts they could possibly find right
Exactly.
here.
This is the void.
That's right. This is what it is.
Don't look into it too long.
Adam, tomorrow is 11/11/11. There's a large game coming out tomorrow called Elder Scrolls. People have heard about it. I've played about 35 hours of it. You've played about 90, yet neither one of us, unfortunately, considering our significant others are watching this, unfortunately, we don't feel like we've really scratched the surface of the story yet.
I think this is indicative of how massive this game is in terms of just its content and its geography, that as much time as both of us put into it, there's a sense like, I don't think I really understand how much is in this game.
This is a really long tutorial level, but bringing people up to speed, though,
Right.
where are we in Elder Scrolls
We're
5?
200 years after the events of Oblivion. This now takes place in the northernmost region, which is called Skyrim, and Tamriel is the continent, but Cyrodiil, where the Emperor was in the fourth game, they're now a little bit shifty. The elves seem to be the ones that are in power, and these guys appear in Skyrim. They don't know if they want to be part of the Empire anymore, and there's a lot of infighting and civil war there. In addition, you've been captured, and now they're about to execute you, and a dragon comes.
Yeah,
Freeing you.
Dragons are awesome, by the way, you guys.
Yeah.
They totally are. Obviously, that was one of the main things. They've been talking dragons since they first announced this game. It is the very first thing you're introduced to in the game, and then shortly thereafter, you have to fight a freaking dragon, which is sweet. Why are we fighting these dragons?
Well, because they're really evil and mean.
Yes.
This is not Pete's dragon. This is not Sean Connery's voice. These are cool snake-like dragons that want to kill you, and you must kill them back. And what you learn from that is you also possess the power of a dragon, and by using the souls of these dragons and learning these special words, you can breathe fire, breathe frost, slow down time, all these really, really amazing skills, in addition to the magic and melee that's available in the game.
Right, and that is something that is also very unique to this game, in that we are both playing very different types of characters, and there's really no like one way to do this correctly. You can be a melee and a magic character, and you never have to compromise either one of those things.
You can be one at the same time. I spent quite a bit of the game in the beginning where I had fireball in one hand and a big mace in the other, and you hit him from a distance, run up really close, and beat him on the head a few times. It's very satisfying.
Always satisfying to do that.
Always satisfying.
And
actually.
speaking of the world and running through it, I think we've both talked about this, and we're comfortable saying this right here on the show. This is the best, most ambitious, most immersive game this console generation, and that is not hyperbole, you guys. It truly is the best world we have ever experienced in a game, and then collectively in our 20-year career, it may be the most immersive game we've ever experienced. This world is unlike anything else.
And immersive gets thrown around. No, it works here because there's a level of detail and attention to things that you wouldn't expect from a game. There's an ecology. The animals, like the non-threatening animals in the world, they'll attack one another, and you'll see when a dragon comes in, you'll see a bear run away. It's a good indicator if the bears are running, hightail it with them.
Don't fight that thing. But that's an amazing part of this game in that the world is it exists so much on its own that you can be fighting a dragon and bears show up and the dragon's like, oh, the little guy over there in the cloth robes, not as threatening as the bears. I should probably fight that first.
And actually, it's one of your best ways to fight a dragon is find
Let
some other people
handle it for you
to get into it. Also, the quests in the game, there is the main story quest. I think there's actually two. There's the one dealing with the internal conflict of Skyrim, one dealing with why the dragons are back and how you fit into that. But all the quests in the game feel very substantive and rich. And if you look at your quest log, it doesn't discriminate between a side quest and a quest. They are all deep, they're all rich. Especially some of the guild quests are these 9-hour interlocking stories that are so much fun to play.
Right, and speaking of the quests, there are no throwaway quests in this game.
No.
Every single quest means something in some way. You may not know what it is at the time, but will eventually come back to you.
There's a technology in the game that has a good idea of where you've been and where you haven't been, and it will try to get quests to you to push you in directions on the map so you can see dungeons you haven't seen before. There is no dungeon that is like another one, and I've never had to go back to the same dungeon in 90 hours of play.
But you definitely want to sometimes. So
I just want to go back and just hit something on the head. And then go, I'm going to take things from you and sell them in town.
He's always so happy when he's never this alive.
No.
Only when he's talking about games.
Yeah.
And listen, we obviously we have the score on X-Play on Monday's X-Play. I'm not going to reveal it here. However, the website has the massive review that you wrote that has a score attached to that as well. It is one of the finest pieces of writing I think you've ever contributed.
Oh, thank you very much.
But you've truly, this review, it's really hard to put into 5,000 words how amazing this game is.
I mean, I'm more detailing with the experiences of playing it instead of deconstructing every small element because as an active design, there's almost no precedent in games for what the team at Bethesda has pulled off with this game. I mean, and for that reason alone, I think anyone who cares about games should do themselves a favor and try it out. You will not be dissatisfied.
I agree 1,000%. Adam Sessler, everybody.
Raise your hand if you want to get fed.
All the news you need to know. The feed.
It's Friday, November 11th, and here's what went on this week. First, there were some fresh rumors of the next-gen Xbox arriving as soon as next year. IGN had the scoop that the console with code names like Project 10, Loop, Next, and just Xbox 720 would get a surprise launch in January at CES and maybe hit stores in the 2012 holiday season. Other sources said the console is expected to have tight integration with Windows 8. All I know is that if the next Xbox doesn't have holograms, I'm gonna be pissed. Arr. Oh, and there was a new Osmo robot, and it didn't fall down this time. Yay! The little guy shed a few pounds and got a new AI system. He's more nimble, too. He can jog 6 miles an hour, hop on 1 foot, which is an important feature. But best of all, he's been trained to pour and serve drinks. Yeah, now all they gotta do is give him boobs and a low-cut shirt, and you've got yourself a cocktail waitress. Yay! And finally, we heard about what future generations will come to know as the Great Modern Warfare Truck Heist of 2011. A few days before Modern Warfare 3's release, a few crafty bandits gassed the drivers of a truck in Paris that was carrying 6,000 copies of the game, worth over $500,000. Copies of the game leaked a day or two early all over Europe as a result. And so Activision had to scale back their plans of a high dive over their pool of gold coins. Poor guys. I'm Sarah Underwood, and you've just been fed.
Hey, it's Brendan again. Still ahead, we'll show you some Muppet-inspired shoes and sneakerheads, and the legendary Mickey Rourke will be in studio to talk about his new movie, Immortals.
With the rampaging success of The Walking Dead, there are plenty of comic books making the transition to TV. Here's a look at 2 books that could soon be on your DVR. Magic. The Cops vs. Capes comic book Powers is currently filming a pilot for the FX network. Power's Little Deaths just hit store shelves, and this new installment of the decidedly adult and gloriously violent crime series is riveting reading. Powers follows two homicide cops who investigate crimes committed by or against superheroes. And in this volume, an oversexed Superman analog gets murdered in the nude, possibly by one of his groupies, possibly during sexy time. Let's just say that this one is very not safe for work, but I'm sure it'll be just fine on cable. Up next, a gruesome comic that was quickly snapped up by Showtime as a comedy. Yes, it's the delicious detective series called Chew. Chew may just have the craziest premise of any recent comic. The hero, a federal agent named Tony Chew, can see the life story of anything he takes a bite of, including dead people. Which means if he nibbles on a homicide victim, he knows who done it. Sure, this sounds disgusting, but this clever Eisner Award-winning comic full of cyborgs, killer chickens, and quirky characters is downright hilarious. So if you have a fractured sense of humor, you will very definitely want to take a bite out of Chew. The bad news is there is no guarantee that either of those comics will actually wind up being on TV. For example, the critically acclaimed series Lock and Key had a pilot made and then, well, who knows? The good news, however, is that you can read these comics right now. Hey, what are you doing? Don't. Seriously. Meta. I'm being attacked by Muppets.
Tweets of the week!
Yes! I waited all show for this! Woo!
Dave PC18 said, no one wears a shirt backwards as well as Sarah Underwood. This is true.
Thank
Very
you.
true.
I did it with you in mind.
Thank you, and I loved every moment of it. And Playboy Man said, Candace is the only woman I know who can make being clumsy look so sexy. Congratulations, Candace. I will take that. Thank you. You know, actually, when we were filming these super sexy time for sexinesses, it was like 30 degrees in here, and I had to act like I wasn't freezing my butt off in my little skimpy lingerie, but I was. So now you know.
You wanna play, baby?
Just like a dream come true.
Now it's time for Candace's super sexy time tips for sexiness.
Oh, hello there. Temperature is one of the easiest and sexiest ways of spicing up a bedroom routine that's gotten, well, routine. So try this. When your partner is relaxed, take a single ice cube and gently follow the contours of his or her body. Oh, seems he's been here for a while.
Cold! Cold!
Sorry!
Get it off!
Well, hold still! I can't. So, if your partner isn't into cold, maybe it's time to turn up the heat. Candle wax is kinky and safe, and it's simple. All you have to do is burn a few candles, blow it out, wait a moment, and then use the candle wax. Oh my god, fire! Fire! Ah! Ah! Okay, now's a good time to remind you to make sure your fire extinguishers are fully charged! Why aren't you working,
And that was Candace's super sexy time tips for sexiness.
Tonight on an all-new Marvel anime X-Men, Professor X runs tests on Emma Frost. What kind of tests? X tests! Tune in at 11.
Call now.
He's a dinosaur and a gynecologist. Gyno.
I got the tattoo when I was a big fan of Justin Bieber. So long, Beeb.
Brendan here. Stick around because coming up, Mr. Mickey Rourke tells us about his conqueror's heritage and also about his new movie, Immortals.
Fail. You're dead. Major fail. Fail. Good. Fail, 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 fail. You lose.
Legendary Mickey Rourke dropped by the studio this week to talk up his new movie, Immortals.
That guy. Oh my goodness.
Y'all, he was...
His like... That was gross.
You mean the spit in your hand and then say, gotta lube it up?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he said.
I think we can make our own that's not so pervy.
That is a loogie.
Let's be spit sisters instead of blood brothers.
Really?
Spit sisters. Do it, Candace.
Is that a loogie?
You're gonna do it. Other hand, other hand. Spit
Please welcome Mickey Rourke! Epic fight scene. Brilliant. So, all right, let's talk Immortals. Clearly, it's a romantic comedy, and you play the next door neighbor. There's a comic mishap, and now you're thrust into this crazy world.
That's what I told him. It's all about the neighborhood. That's not that funny, you guys. Do they laugh at everything?
But no.
Oh,
no.
God, that would be mental.
They call it "Welcome to My Life."
Right.
Welcome to my life. No, I saw it last night, by the way. You are a badass and a half, and it's not that I didn't think that before this film.
Right.
But this character is just Is there anything redeeming about this guy?
That wasn't really me with the mask on. That was my stunt double.
Oh, really?
I tried to work as little as possible. Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, you were telling me that you had to actually reshoot that whole fight scene.
Yeah, the fight scene. I think what they do is they make the movie, they show it to like an audience out in the boondocks. They make comments, and then I think they wanted to see me without my mask. I tried to get the stunt double to do everything, so I had to come back. That wasn't funny either. This guy's laughing at everything. Look at that.
I think there's something hilarious about you you trying to get away with the stunt double doing everything, and then saying, "Listen, they want to see you get punched in the face."
Well, it's like people say to me, "How did you like working with Henry, young up-and-coming British actor?" And I said, it reminded me of when I first started. Henry, he's there, he's doing 200 push-ups, 2,000 push-ups before every take. He couldn't wait to get on the set. And I'm looking at my watch, going, "I can't wait." Said, Henry, you'll see. 20 years from now.
But I saw your face in the fight, so they got you back.
For the fight scene?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had to choreograph it and reshoot it 7-8 months later because the people in the middle of nowhere made comments about it and they wanted to see more.
Where is this theater? Is this theater a shack in the middle of Point Clear, Alabama? And some guy's just projecting it onto the walls, or?
Alabama.
She needs what is it called? A motorboating?
Ladies, if Mickey Rourke asks for a motorboat, there you go. That's how we do it around here.
They were telling me all the different sayings out in the lobby.
What, did we hand you a copy of the Urban Dictionary?
No,
we teach you have you heard about the leaky basement?
No, but I just said, what's wrong with a good old shot in the ass?
Ladies? We're not lit for that, I'm sorry.
Oh, look at that. No, look at she's going like that.
Now, speaking of, we have some very obviously gorgeous women on this set, inside and out. I love you, ladies. But Frida, was that the international sign of foreplay?
Lubrication.
Oh, that's right. There you go. Mickey Rourke is a gentleman. That's what we learn. You're not just...
There's not one of them here. One is way more than enough.
A motorboater.
Yeah. I use tears. Tears are nature's lubricant. But Frida Pinto, my lord.
We could motorboat her together.
That's all I wanted to hear, Mickey.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted. Is that what happened at the after party? Because I unfortunately did not get there, but...
It was a strange after party.
How so?
Well, we had a various kind of people. We had Chuck Liddell was there, and Alice Drovereem, all the Cage guys, Frank Shamrock, and then we had 50 Cent was there, and it was just an interesting group. Then I had all my friends from a long time ago.
But I mean, were you guys just cramming into a photo booth and taking zany shots all night, or was it?
They had really good food there for an after party.
That is surprising, actually.
Yeah, anything's better than the rap party. It's the after party that's better.
And I look back at the career, and you've passed on roles for Beverly Hills Cop, Pulp Fiction, Highlander, Untouchables, Rain Man, etc.
Not all of those, but you know, I've heard that before. Yeah.
Well, we put them in your wiki, so now it's true. I hope that's okay.
In my what?
In their Wikipedia, in the online encyclopedia entry of your life. We just put them in there, so now it's truth. But what is the scale? How do you make the determination of, okay, this is a role I want to do, this is something I'm passing on?
Look at her. Wow.
Is that how, do you look at the cast list and then go, all right.
Slap that ass.
Candace, do me a favor. If you just finish it up and I'll read your lines.
You are.
Were you promised scenes with Frida in Immortals, or?
No. I was promised scenes with Henry, and I think I worked a total of 8 days, but I was there a couple of months.
And would you give Henry even the courtesy of the spit on the palm, or?
No, my stunt double did. he did all the scenes with Henry. Yeah, it was a long shoot, and it was very technical, and you know, Tarsem is out of commercials, and you know, he was the right man for the job because he knew all about the techie stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for deferring to me on that. He knows all that nerd crap, right? I mean, when you're not getting laid, that's what you're doing, right? You're on the internet.
That this was the nerd show.
This is. You're in good company. And by the way, the nerds love the movie because it looks amazing and you're awesome in it. So thank you, Mickey Rourke.
That's my favorite nerd right there. Yeah.
She is.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on.
Okay.
Mickey Rourke, everybody. Immortals opens on Friday.
Hello, Rich Summer again, coming to you from Emerald Nights with another batch of tabletop goodies. Today, we're going to have a little bit of cooperation, a heavy dose of betrayal, and a digital upgrade of a modern classic. So take a seat. Game night starts right now. Now, if your game night is infected with boring games, I have good news for you. We have the cure. It's Pandemic. In this game of cooperation, players race against the clock to clear the globe of highly infectious diseases, represented by these harmless-looking cubes. Before the game starts, each player is assigned a role, like the researcher or the operations expert, each with unique skills to help save the world. So when that disease outbreak hits Delhi, you and your team must work together to destroy it by performing actions like building research stations, treating infected patients, and ultimately discovering a cure. But that's a lot easier said than done because each flip of a card could trigger another outbreak, say in Toronto, and force your team to race there to tackle the disease. The game ends in one of two ways. Either your team successfully finds cures for all the diseases, or time runs out and the globe is taken over by outbreaks. Sorry, world. Pandemic is great from 2 to 4 players, with each game lasting about an hour. Pick up the base game for around $35, and for added options, you'll want to get the On the Brink expansion for another $25. Hey, we did it! We rid the world of disease, and now everybody's best friends. Well, now we're gonna grind those friendships into the dirt with a game of lies called The Resistance. Designed for between 5 and 10 players, you and your friends are revolutionaries attempting to overthrow an oppressive government. To do it, you must successfully complete 3 out of 5 missions against the Empire. Easy enough. Except that at least 2 of the members of your group are actually secret government spies, whose goal is to sabotage the missions without revealing their identity to the rest of the group.
You're a spy. Just admit it. I'm not the spy. He's a spy. He's a spy.
So, throughout the game, players use negotiation and maybe some spirited discussion to figure out who they should trust. Choose wisely, because relying on the wrong person could spell the end of the Resistance. The result is a party game filled with promises, accusations, and lots of delightful backstabbing. Pick up The Resistance for around $15. So you lost all your friends playing The Resistance. Oh, come on. Guys, come on, it's a game. Well, game night doesn't have to be over, thanks to my digital pick, Ticket to Ride, for the Mac, PC, and iPad. In the tabletop version, players assemble cross-country railroad lines to transport them from city to city. The longer the routes they build, the more points they earn. But be strategic about how you place your trains, because if your opponents figure out where you're headed, they could block you, and that quick jaunt from Denver to El Paso could be rerouted all the way through Oklahoma City. Now, I love the cardboard version of Ticket to Ride, but it's hard to beat the new app, which streamlines an hour-long game into a nice and easy 15 minutes. No setup time, no space taken up on your shelf. On the computer, you can play solo or against online opponents, while iPad users get that and the added bonus of pass and play. The cardboard Ticket to Ride can be purchased for around $45. And to get the game for your Mac or PC, head over to daysofwonder.com and grab it for $9.99, or download it to your iPad for $6.99 from the iTunes App Store. So no matter who you are, a team player, a dirty backstabber, or a solo gamer, any of these games will be perfect for your next game night. It's the game. That's how the game goes. Don't be babies.
It's time for Sarah's favorite moment of the week. What was your favorite moment from the show this week, Sarah?
Well, it would have to be when I got to eat a donut double bacon cheeseburger. It was amazing. They told me I had to eat it first, and I was like, what? Gross. That sounds... No, it was so good. It was like one of those breakfast sandwiches at McDonald's. What are those called?
Yeah,
With the syrup? McGriddle.
Yes.
That's exactly what it tasted like
It's the
grease.
sweet and the salty.
Amazing.
Sarah, I brought you that double bacon donut cheeseburger.
Oh, I didn't ask
No,
for
you
this.
eat that. You eat that. What's up, bitches? I'm Harley from Epic Mealtime, a.k.a. Sauce Boss, a.k.a. Bieber of Bacon, a.k.a. Michael Jordan of Meat, with a public service announcement for you. Is your life lacking beef? Are you tired of serving puny fish sticks at your party? Well, you're in luck. Graphic. If you're in the LA area and want the meal for your bachelor party, your office potluck, or your little sister's quinceanera epic-eyes, or whatever else, then have I got some good news for you. Myself, Muscles, Glasses, and the rest of the Epic Meal team are coming for you. And we're coming with bacon. We're coming with lots and lots of bacon.
I don't really
That is meat. You eat that meat. You eat it. So, for you, send us pictures, videos, panties, blood, whatever, and tell us why you deserve to be the one to have their epic meat dream come true. Just email the webmaster at g4tv.com and let us know what's up. I'm Harley, that's Sarah Underwood, and she's just been fed.
Hey, Brendan here. Still ahead. Do you want Muppets on your feet? Well, you're in luck because Sneakerheads is up next.
Are you on the lookout? Is that him?
Look.
Look what?
Kevin.
Coming up on Attack of the Show. Funny man Paul Scheer from The League will be here live to crush our fantasy team. Plus, Chris Hardwick will give us the lowdown on can't-miss Black Friday deals. And Allison Hayslip hits the beach with surf legend Kelly Slater. Then Chris Gore goes behind the curtain with Kermit, Miss Piggy, and the human cast of The Muppets. And we get all stabby with Assassin's Creed Revelations in Game Break. See it starting Monday.
Moment of the week.
Yeah.
Really in my ear.
They call it can poking. It's the newest craze. It's in the nation.
I didn't even know what we were doing there. I like that's just us having fun on set.
Oof.
I didn't even know we were being filmed.
Oh Lord. That was us speaking our own language. Oh, that's what I was caught on you.
Sexy dance
Was that
time.
what I was caught?
Oh yeah, our gloves got tangled.
Hold on a minute. I love you, those rhinestones. I love you too.
So embarrassing. This is meant to never be seen. Yeah.
You're a much better burper than me.
I know it.
I just threw them in my mouth.
So much freaking fun.
I had those gurgly ones. Sometimes they're like
Yeah.
a really strong, hard, loud, like yeah, And then sometimes they're just like, and those are the ones I just so happen to have for the burp ball.
And
so.
I just so happen to have awesomely loud Oh, stop it!
I didn't mean to push her that
I think
hard.
I have a little
think it's just
whiplash.
Whether you use them for running, work, or playtime, shoes are the perfect way to show off your passions. So here are 3 great pairs for all of you sneakerheads. We've got a little less than a month until the Muppets return to the big screen. And what better way to celebrate than with these animal high tops? Called the original AR 2.0 Animal, these Adidas skate shoes are made of solid black suede and leather, and they have Animal's classic orange fur lining the inside of the shoe. The crazy drummer's face is stitched into the tongue and has a pair of drumsticks etched into the side. They are then topped off with a removable studded leather strap across the front, making these must-have kicks for all of you animals. Whether it's time to play the music or light up the lights, you can pick up these animal kicks over at Rakuten.co.jp for about $195. But if you prefer your furry animals to be more of the galactic variety, then you'll want to check out these Tauntaun Nikes. Inspired by the resident repto mammals of The Empire Strikes Back, these SB highs have been colorized to mirror the classic Snow Rider. These sneaks are made of fringed gray leather and are highlighted with light blue suede and topped off with a brown Nike swoosh. Each set comes with 2 pairs of laces in brown and gray and are finished off with the Nike logo sewn into the tongue. While there isn't a price for these Tauntaun kicks, these limited edition sneaks are expected to drop later this month at selected Nike retailers. And finally, it's been 25 years since Run DMC released their 1986 hit, My Adidas. And to celebrate, the classic shoe company is remixing these superstars of the 80s with a hip-hop twist. The year 1986 has been stitched into the side of the shoe, while the band's logo is printed in the footbed of the shoe. The letters JMJ have been pressed onto the back in memory of the group's late DJ, Jam Master Jay. Each pair will also come with 3 pairs of laces, a collectible box, and a gold-plated chain lace lock. These Run DMC lows will be limited to less than 2,000 pairs and will be available November 11th at select shoe stores. So there you go. Whether music, furry animals, or both, we've got you covered with all the latest kicks.